Hey everyone, it's cuddly Kitwana. What a year this has been for us Jurassic Park fans, especially for us long-time Jurassic Park fans. Another year in which Mattel kept our beloved franchise alive with the release of a lot of different toys. I mean, Jurassic Park is now a staple in every toy store, just like Star Wars and Frozen has been over the past few years. And at the end of this year, 2023, I would like to take the opportunity to look at my favorite Mattel toy regarding the Jurassic Park franchise from this year. It is definitely hands down the electronic real feel Tyrannosaurus Rex, the 93 classic, but of course in a brand new reimagined edition to take a tribute to the original 1993 Kenner electronic red T-Rex. Mattel did an outstanding job of paying tribute to the original 1993 Kenner toy, and you can see that very well when we compare them to each other. Of course, from my childhood, I have the original toy here together with the 2023 version, and if we compare the packaging alone, you can see that Mattel did a great job of capturing the spirit. The box uses the same colors, the red, yellow, black, and the original Jurassic Park logo. Even the typefaces are the same. They have recreated this really nicely, and it's a beautiful box that has the figure on display in its full glory, compared to the 1993 version, which had its tail bent in order to fit into the box. And the same theme continues on the back. These two boxes, you can see the product photography has been recreated in the same style like 30 years ago. We not only get a look at the T-Rex, but also some of the other toys from the 93 classic line that has released in 2023. And I really cannot believe it's already 30 years since I was playing with the original toy. And while we have looked at the original figure back in episode 115, we want to focus on the new version, of course, today. And you better believe that I do have a D-Box version of it. Of course, it is way too cool not to play with it, and here it is. Take a closer look at him and keep the boxed one over here, which is beautiful on its own. I definitely keep it that way. So I had to get a second one so I can play with this figure. And let's take a look on its face. Her face, actually, since the Red Rex was supposed to be the female T-Rex. You can see the head on the 2023 version is plastic. That's different compared to the original toy. Yet they did a fantastic job on her face. The yellow and black eyes have been recreated very well, and the face sculpt is amazing, I would say. And you can open her mouth, and it gives you a look at her teeth. And opening its mouth allows you to stuff some mini dinosaurs into it, which then can be retrieved via a slit on her belly. But only the tiniest of the mini dinosaurs will actually fit through this mouth. And then if we go further back, you can see it transitions to rubber. just like the original toy was, basically all out of rubber except for the feet and legs. And the arms, of course. On the 2023 version, the thumb claws are not painted, typical Mattel issue. But other than that, I really like the how they recreated the body paint with the black spots, and the red is very accurate as well. Definitely captures the spirit. They go all the way across to the tail. And you can see the feet and legs on this one are made out of plastic. Gives them better stability than on the 1993 T-Rex. The code to scan with the Jurassic World Facts smartphone app is hidden beneath her left hip. I'd say it's rather neatly hidden, not that disturbing. And we'll of course also take a look on the right hand side. I think the proportions are really well on the body, except for the feet, which are too large in proportion. But I understand why Mattel has done the toy this way it is. This allows for better stability and has the toy actually standing on its own. Now let's take a look on the articulation real quick. You've already seen on the head, there's actually 2 joints, the upper and lower jaw. They can open really wide, something that was not possible on the 1993 version, and that's really cool. I really love how they made 2 joints, and that gives you tons of posing varieties. You can open the mouth really slightly, or you can even close altogether, and it's really accurate as well. The upper teeth overbite the lower jaw, just like it was on a real life T-Rex. And then the arms, they not only go in and out, so you can recreate the chicken arms that the original 1993 T-Rex was famous for, but they also go around 360 degrees. The coolest thing, though, is the hip articulation, and you can pose her like this, for example, and it will actually stand on its own. Hunting position, running and hunting position, and the legs actually snap into place in the middle position, so the toy will stand securely this way, and you can also pose her in a roaring position, this. So everyone who is the queen in the paddock. That's really cool as well. And we have additional articulation in the ankles, so you can even further pose the legs in and out. Actually the hips, they do swing in and out as well, just a little bit. But it definitely gives the toy even more stability. Have to say the rubber feels very nice, high quality, not flimsy at all. And there's one more non-official point of articulation, twisting her neck like this and then release. It's also kind of a cool feature, although it's of course not advertised, but the rubber is strong enough to support it. And let's take a look on her belly as well. Just like on the original toy, we can see a shade of green that begins on the neck and extends all the way into the tail. They did give the soles some structure as well. It's really nice. The feet claws are painted black. And you can see the slit in her belly as well. And they made the speaker and the battery compartment cover one single molded cover piece. You will need to feed Rexy 3 button cell batteries for the sound features, which we are going to look at right now. The button for the sound has been neatly hidden at the top of her legs. You cannot see anything, it's hidden underneath the rubber skin. And also excellent paint application on top of her body. So for the sound feature demonstration, I am going to bring in a vintage Jurassic Park figure of mine, another 1993 classic, the real fuel skin Triceratops. Love it so much. And you can see the older toys actually go together very well with the new Mattel toys. That's really cool that you can combine them if you still own some of these figures from your childhood. Absolute classic, and I love to play with my dinosaur figures so much. And now let's hear what Rexy can do, and we can of course appropriately pose her. First, let's see what prey on this Triceratops. Now, listen. Actually, of this sound effect, the best is very low growl, but you can hear none of the 4 sound effects is movie accurate either. So that's a thing I'm still wondering, why can't Mattel just use the original sound bites from the movie, even though the sounds they used are pretty cool. Let's listen to them again. In terms of size, he's exactly in scale with the other T-Rexes released by Mattel so far. About 21.5 inches long, 55 centimeters, and around 19 centimeters tall. That's around 7.5 inches. But how does the 2023 Rexy compare to the original 1993 version? Well, let's find out, because you already guessed it. I do have a D-box version of the original Red Rex as well. Wow, look at this. So many childhood memories in this one single toy, and we're putting them together side by side for comparison. And you can see, what's the first thing you can see? The 2023 version is slightly less tall and less long. It's got a bit of a sort of tail. And let's compare the faces. I would say the face molds on each of them are fantastic, even though they are not quite the same, but they are definitely recognizable as the Stan Winston Tyrannosaurus Rex. You can compare with the 5th scale maquette behind me, the Chronicle Collectibles maquette, which is an exact replica of the 5th scale production maquette that was used for the 1993 film. And this gives you an idea on how accurate the smaller toy versions are. I think what Kenner did a little bit better is the teeth. The proportions and the number of the teeth are more accurate on the Kenner figure. Mattel's looks more like a toy, while Kenner focused on realism compared to a real-life T-Rex. And when we look at them from the front, you can see the typical kickin arms of the original toy. That's where Mattel improved. Although, of course, you can swing the arms on the Mattel version out, and this gives it the same character. And Mattel also improved the articulation, of course. Let's see them. Let's see their bodies side to side. The Kenner version is a bit more impressive due to its size, and I also love how Kenner curved the tail of the figure. That's where Mattel could improve on. Mattel has the straight tails. You can see on the Super Colossal behind me as well, and on the other T-Rexes. Mattel could improve the curvature of the tail instead of just molding pretty much straight tails. Nevertheless, it's a cool toy. And comparing the sounds, this is what the original Rex was able to do. It had a stomping feature. It just slammed its legs against the ground. But if you did that too often, it would eventually break the toy. And then the roaring feature. Be like this. Well, that's definitely a difference. So you can see each toy has its good and bad sides, things that could be improved and things that are definitely done right. We have looked at the original 1993 version in episode number 115, if you want to take a closer look again, to remind yourself of your childhood and take a trip down memory lane. Another fact that I found interesting while researching for this video, which I recorded in late 2023, was that the 2023 version is already about to become more rare than the original toy. I've been browsing on eBay and saw 3 offerings of this girl, but each of them for over $50. The original retail by Mattel was $49.95, and I've seen it for $39.95 as well on some sites. But it looks like it's already about to become rare. It's no longer in stores, and that's a very interesting development. I think the 1993 version will, of course, always the more valuable toy, given the fact it was the first big T-Rex toy of the Jurassic Park franchise, and that's true especially true if you have her in the original box like I have. And you can see that I also own one of the rare figures that is able to stand on its own, that doesn't have the bent hips, which has been a problem because too many kids, of course, would always activate the stamping feature and throw its legs into the ground, which would eventually break the mechanism and have the legs crooked in a weird way, so the toy would actually stand like this with the support on the tail, but mine still stands, as you can see, and so does the 2023 version, of which I'm very, very proud. That's definitely, both of these toys are a piece of Jurassic Park history that's not to be missed in any Jurassic Park fans collection, and I'm really, really glad that I own them, and they've made for a lot of playtime fun. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Kitwana's Toys. I'll see you on the next one really soon. Goodbye.